Harlaxton Manor, an historic home embedded in the English countryside. Built and owned by eccentrics, social justice warriors, and home to soldiers, house staff, ground staff, and students from all over the world. Over the years, these halls have served different purposes. The function of the building itself has evolved. Today, University of Evansville uses this 19th century building to shape the 21st century scholar. It all started as a dream, meticulously designed by its original owner, Gregory, over the course of 20 years. Gregory was well-travelled, and you can see influences from all over Europe and England in this one home, an eclectic blend of Elizabethan and Jacobean architecture, with a unique fusion of Baroque, Tudor and Gothic interior accents, made this house truly one of a kind. This was his masterpiece, and he devoted his life to its realisation. He moved in 1851, only to die shortly thereafter in 1854. The manor passed through several family members up until World War I. Harlaxton sees its first international residents during this time, housing and training an international corps of young men in the art of trench warfare on their way to war. But the soldiers who returned home found that the economic and domestic landscape in England had changed drastically. Grand manors such as Harlaxton were becoming obsolete, and many were being torn down. This home survived because it was purchased by this incredible woman, Violet van der Elst. Violet van der Elst made her fortune as the inventor of the first brushless shaving cream. Her entrepreneurial success allowed her to pursue her true calling, campaigning against capital punishment. Van der Elst would stage performances outside the prison gates on many execution mornings, including marching bands, planes carrying banners that read "Stop the Death Sentence," and of course, speaking over loudspeakers from her ostentatious Rolls-Royce. On occasion, she would be arrested. Her efforts helped propel the public discussion, and by 1965, the death penalty had been abolished in the UK. Violet passed away in 1966, with the peace of knowing her life work was realised. But van der Elst had moved on from Harlaxton by then. It survived World War II by housing the Royal Air Force and the 1st Airborne Division. But by 1948, van der Elst sold Harlaxton to the Society of Jesus, who began work reimagining the manor as a vocational community. Over the years, they leased the building to educational institutions such as Stanford and the University of Evansville. At the time, UE President Dr. Wallace Graves saw an ad for it in a magazine and decided to come to England. Upon his visit, he recognised something special and transformative about the place, and in 1971, the first class of students from Evansville arrived. In 1978, UE trustee Dr. William Ridgway purchased the manor, and by 1986 made an outright gift of the manor to the University of Evansville. For the next 50 years, the University of Evansville has provided transformative experiences for its students. Since its inception, Harlaxton has served many purposes. But one of the things that is consistent about Harlaxton is that it transcends time. It's a place where students can reflect and become the people they need to be to help us through the future. Today, Harlaxton Manor is poised to usher in a new generation of scholars and changemakers. With a curriculum that focuses on change-making for the future, there is no better place to study than in an historic manor that connects you with the keen sense of the long arc of time. This is a Harlaxton for the 21st century.